12 mistakes you must know before taking creatine. If you're already using creatine, stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you the 12 worst mistakes made by creatine users and the 8th mistake you're almost certain to make. Creatine is a substance that provides energy to the muscles, aids in physical performance, increases muscle mass, and prevents chronic disease. Creatine is produced by the kidneys, pancreas, and liver, and is also found in foods such as fish, meat, chicken, milk, and dairy products. Creatine can also be found in higher concentrations in the form of capsules or powdered supplements that can be taken before or after exercise. You've probably heard that creatine should only be taken with water and very little of it to get a better effect. Well, here's the first mistake: drinking too little water. Do you want to maximize the benefits of creatine supplementation? Know that drinking plenty of water is essential. The amount of water you drink when taking creatine doesn't interfere with its absorption. Some people take it straight into their mouths and then take a few sips of water. Others mix it in a glass with juice or milk. The important thing is how much water you drink each day. Creatine is absorbed by the muscles and retains water in the muscle cells. If you don't drink as much as your body needs, you may experience problems such as dehydration or gastrointestinal upset. During exercise, the body loses water through sweat, and this loss can lead to dehydration if not replaced properly. Dehydration can impair creatine absorption, making it less effective in improving performance and muscle growth. When you engage in intense physical activity or take supplements such as creatine, your water needs increase significantly. Second mistake: overdoing it. Taking higher doses of creatine won't speed up the muscle building process. This can overload your body and even cause side effects. Research suggests that high doses of creatine may increase stress on the kidneys, which may lead to impaired kidney function over time. It's important to note, however, that these findings are based primarily on studies conducted in people with pre-existing kidney disease or who took extremely high doses of creatine. The ideal would be to consume between 3 and 5 grams per day without fail, so that over a period of 3 months you will begin to see an effect. Some prefer to start supplementation in a different way, taking about 20 grams of creatine in 4 doses throughout the day for 5 to 7 days. This is followed by a maintenance phase of 3 to 5 grams per day. The loading phase speeds up the muscle saturation process, but it is not recommended for everyone. It is more appropriate for elite athletes. To maintain optimal kidney health, it is advisable to consume creatine within the recommended guidelines and avoid excessive or prolonged use. In addition, staying well hydrated can help support healthy kidney function. If you have any concerns about your kidney health or are considering creatine supplementation, it's best to consult a healthcare professional for personalized advice. Third, don't consume carbohydrates. Consuming carbohydrates with creatine increases its absorption by the body. This is due to the protein stimulus that carbohydrates provide. If you are a daily creatine user and would like to add carbohydrates, you can do so without fear, as there is no specific limit on the intake of these foods with creatine. There are several benefits when taken with creatine for several reasons. Carbohydrates stimulate the release of insulin, which allows creatine to be absorbed into muscle cells. The best sources of carbohydrates to combine with creatine are those with a low glycemic index, such as sweet potatoes, brown rice, and fruit. Combining creatine with carbohydrates can be a great strategy for increasing energy and improving exercise performance. Fourth, using low-quality creatine. When buying creatine, always look for the monohydrate form. Prioritize this form of creatine and avoid unstable or denatured forms that can compromise your results. More than 1,000 studies have confirmed that creatine is the perfect supplement for physical performance. And within these studies, creatine monohydrate has stood out the most. The International Society of Sports Nutrition has stated that there is no scientific evidence that creatine monohydrate has no side effects when used correctly in either the short or long term. Studies show that using this type of creatine for 5 years is not dangerous. The only side effect that isn't scary is weight gain, but for most users, this is the result they expect since it also helps them gain mass. Another benefit of creatine. If your goal is to increase strength and power, then creatine monohydrate may be better for you. Creatine monohydrate has a number of positive effects on health and exercise performance, including increases in strength, power, and muscle mass. Another study conducted on creatine monohydrate found that this type of supplement increased the body's and muscles' production of natural creatine more than regular creatine. Another study reported that the performance of participating cyclists increased by approximately 10% when taking creatine monohydrate powder compared to liquid or regular creatine. In addition to its high performance capacity, it is also cheaper. One of the reasons for its low price is that it has been on the market longer than other supplements. In addition, because it is a competing supplement on the market, the supplier who lowers it the most makes the most profit. In general, all forms provide benefits, some more than others, but I always recommend the monohydrate. Fifth mistake, taking it without exercise. You get 100% of the benefits from creatine when it's combined with exercise. Taking it without exercise will have almost no effect on your muscles. The ideal, according to experts, is always to take it after exercise. According to scientific studies, creatine taken after exercise has a greater effect on muscle mass and strength than creatine taken before exercise. Other studies have shown that people who take creatine after a workout have less body fat than those who take it before. It's only recommended that you take it after, but taking it before doesn't change the fact that it will benefit your body. In general, creatine saturation, whether it's monohydrate or regular creatine or any other type, requires adherence to dosages and schedules in order to get 10% out of that supplement. Sixth mistake, dependence on creatine. Creatine is essential for training, but your body doesn't depend on it alone. Don't neglect your diet and think that creatine will make up for it, especially if you're training hard. Remember, creatine alone won't make you stronger. It's just another piece of the puzzle. It complements your diet and will only have the desired effect on your muscles if you exercise. Seventh, train in any way. As much as creatine helps you train and gain muscle mass, if you don't do your exercises properly, don't feel your muscles burning, or don't come home from the gym feeling tired, creatine will certainly not have the desired effect. But if you're just training to keep your body active, don't worry. Creatine also helps with brain function and reduces muscle breakdown. But the truth is, to maximize the benefits of creatine supplementation, it's best to train regularly and at a high intensity so that the results become clear over time. If you've decided to take creatine without training, sometimes because of permanent injury or illness, it can be beneficial, but always consult a professional first. 8. Ignoring quality. Always choose the most cost-effective creatine for you, or if you can afford it, the best quality and brand. More famous products usually have the purest form of creatine, and if it's famous, it's validated. If you want to start taking it to make progress in your training, save some money because quality gets results. Ninth mistake, dosage by weight. Creatine dosage can vary based on body weight. The standard is between 2 and 5 grams, but you can also dose creatine based on your body weight. Be sure to adjust the dosage according to the specific recommendations for your weight. After the loading phase, the maintenance phase begins as described above. During this phase, the daily creatine dosage is reduced to maintain the high creatine levels achieved during the loading phase. The standard dosage would be between 0.03 and 0.05 grams per kilo of body weight. The maintenance phase can be continued if there are no side effects. Stop halfway. Many people stop taking creatine, sometimes because they think it will give them muscle overnight, or because they haven't seen the results. But as I've mentioned before, it needs to be supplemented with proper high-intensity exercise and a good diet. Even if you work out 2 or 3 days a week, continue to take creatine on the other days so that you don't lose the results you got when you took it on the day you worked out. If you stop taking it completely, your creatine levels will drop, but slowly. Possibly less strength, possibly loss of muscle mass, most likely loss of body weight. However, going a day without it won't cause any problems. It may just cause a slight delay in the benefits. But if you really want to stop taking it, or go without it for a while, that's fine. Sure, you'll miss out on some of the benefits of muscle saturated with creatine, but it won't affect your training as a whole. However, if you want to start training again, or if you want to perform better in your workouts, you can start taking it again. And if you're still in doubt, creatine can be taken indefinitely if it fluctuates. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to always consult a professional when in doubt or when taking radical measures. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.